Toss a coin to your Witcher, O Valley of Plenty. At this point, I think we can all agree that Netflix's The Witcher is the full package. The show boasts of a catchy theme song, an incredibly hot protagonist, an intriguing storyline, epic action, as well as all sorts of mythical creatures and monsters. What more could anyone want from a show? Season 1 was a huge success, and now we're all sitting on the edges of our seats anticipating Season 2. Sadly, that might take a little longer than we expected because production had to be put on hold. The good news is, in today's video, we have compiled a list of fun facts about The Witcher on Netflix. A little something to keep you entertained while you endure the agonizing wait. Want to find out what lengths Henry Cavill and Anya Chalotra are willing to go to ensure their characters are properly portrayed? Then we suggest that you stick around till the end. Without further ado, let's get to it.
But first, a simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's all your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple.
The Witcher is a Polish-American fantasy streaming television series. It's based on the book series of the same name by reputable Polish writer Andrzej Sapkowski and is produced by Lauren Schmidt-Hissrich. The show is set in a fictional, medieval-inspired mythological universe called The Continent. It follows the lives of Geralt of Rivia, aka The Witcher, Crown Princess Ciri, and the sorceress Yennefer of Vengerberg, whose destinies seem to be intertwined in a way that will be revealed in the second season. The show features Henry Cavill, the incredibly hot guy who plays Superman in DC Extended Universe, Freya Allan, Joey Batey, one half of the indie folk band The Amazing Devil, Anya Chalotra, and a host of other impressive actors. Anyway, if you're watching this video, you probably already knew all of this, so let's get into the fun stuff you definitely didn't know. Game of Thrones similarities. Since its release only a few months after Game of Thrones came to an end, Netflix's The Witcher has been compared to the HBO fantasy epic series quite a lot, and with good reason. Both shows are adaptations of fantasy books set in medieval-inspired mythological universes. Each show boasts of its own fair share of mythical creatures, plus the fight sequences are a lot more similar than you think. All this talk about similar fight scenes brings us to our first fun fact of the video. The reason why GOT and The Witcher contain similar kick-butt fight scenes is that both shows contain fight choreography by none other than Vladimir Furdik. Vladimir Furdik is a Slovak actor and stuntman who has made a name for himself in Hollywood. He played the role of the Night King in Game of Thrones, and while on the show, he was responsible for training Kit Harington, who played Jon Snow, aka the King in the North. After his time on Game of Thrones, after he was murdered with a bread knife by Arya, Vladimir moved on to work on the production of The Witcher. On the set of The Witcher, he choreographed the fight scene and trained Henry Cavill in the act of sword fighting. But it didn't end there. He went on ahead to create a balletic fighting style just for Geralt. The Witcher and Game of Thrones have this one person in common. You didn't think all these two shows have in common is their fight choreography, did you now? During the casting for The Witcher, it was rumored that a casting call sheet specifically announced no Game of Thrones actors. Honestly, we can see why such a rule was made. Still, it seems like the showrunner and the entire team have gone back on their decision regarding the casting of former GOT characters, because among the newcomers of the second season is Kristoffer Hivju. He played Tormund Giantsbane in the HBO fantasy epic series. The 42-year-old Norwegian actor is set to take on the role of Nivellen in the second season of The Witcher. In The Witcher game, Nivellen was a cursed man who lived in Redania, in the woods near Muravel, in a secluded manner. But things might be different in the television adaptation. The showrunner might have a different plan for Nivellen's character, so let's keep our fingers crossed, ladies and gentlemen, and see how it all plays out. Elder speech is real. That's right, folks, our favorite characters weren't muttering incoherent gibberish when casting spells and performing rituals. On the contrary, they were speaking a fully developed language that was created for the show. It's not uncommon for authors to invent entirely new languages for their books. One such author is the renowned fantasy author J.R.R. Tolkien, who went as far as inventing Elvish for his series The Lord of the Rings. Andrzej Sapkowski, the author who wrote The Witcher books, the book series on which the show is based, also wanted to create a unique language for the mythological universe he was building in his books. With the help of renowned linguist David J. Peterson, this dream became a reality. David J. Peterson created Elder speech for the Netflix show by combining about 4 different languages, namely German, Welsh, Irish, and Latin. Only a selected few of the continent, like witchers, scholars, and mages, can communicate in this language in the show. As expected, David J. Peterson did an amazing job creating the Elder speech. Of course, we didn't expect anything less than perfect from the man responsible for inventing the Dothraki and Valyrian tongues for Game of Thrones. Well, would you look at that? Here's another thing Game of Thrones and The Witcher have in common. The two shows enlisted the services of the same linguist. And honestly, we don't blame them. The man is worth his onion. If we ever feel the need to invent a new language, we are definitely calling Mr. Peterson. Henry Cavill did his own stunts. It's not uncommon to see 1 or 2 stunt doubles on the set of a movie or series, especially when said movie or series belongs in the action genre. The service of a stunt double is enlisted when the main actor has difficulty performing a particular scene, or when a particular stunt is deemed too dangerous for the main actor to perform. Either way, almost every actor has had cause to enlist the service of a stunt double at one point or another, except, of course, Henry Cavill. Henry, who plays the protagonist Geralt of Rivia on the show, was offered a stunt double to save him the stress of performing all his stunts himself by Netflix executives, but he wasn't having it. He insisted on performing all his own stunts himself, saying that fans would be able to tell it wasn't him swinging the sword. Of course, this meant a lot of sword fighting practice, but Henry didn't mind. He was committed to presenting the most authentic iteration of Geralt of Rivia on the screen, so much so that he spent all his free time practicing, both at home and on set. He practiced using 7 different swords. He had 4 swords on set, and he had 3 at home. What are we saying in essence? Remember the Blaviken market brawl? Of course you do. That was all Henry. No stunt double. Just Henry. How cool is that? The producers told Geralt to shut up. Okay, so maybe that's not exactly what happened, but at least hear me out. Geralt wasn't always the hulking brooder that we see on screen who walks around looking like the world is on his shoulders and only speaking when necessary. If you've read the books, you probably already know this. The Witcher books portray Geralt as a chatterbox, and in the original script written by Lauren Schmidt, Geralt still maintained his chatterbox persona. As a matter of fact, Henry Cavill shot all the scripted scenes. And now you're thinking, so what happened? The decision to make Geralt a brooding man of few words hit Lauren Schmidt while in the editing room. According to her, Henry does a great job of portraying Geralt's thoughts, emotions, and opinions through his facial expressions and body language, so she figured the dialogue was unnecessary. Just like that, over half of Geralt's dialogue was cut out, making him the man we see today. The most words we heard Geralt say at a go throughout the entire first season was during his conversation with his trusted steed. But hey, we're not complaining. We would rather Geralt maintain his mysterious aura and leave the chattier banter to Jaskier and Yennefer. Anya doesn't use a body double. Along with the advent of stunt doubles came body doubles. Stunt doubles are used when actors are expected to perform dangerous stunts, and body doubles are models that act in scenes that actors or actresses don't want to. For example, body doubles sometimes act in love scenes or scenes of nudity where a person's body is shown. At first, actress Anya Chalotra, who plays Yennefer the powerful mage, wasn't so keen on appearing nude for all the world to see, so she was offered a body double by Netflix executives, which she gladly accepted. But in the end, she ended up using her body double, whom she identified as Flora, once. In an interview, Chalotra opened up about her reasons for choosing to shoot the love scenes herself, saying, "I had a body double for the love scenes, and she was always there, Flora. But I didn't. I only used her for the first scene because I realized very quickly that in the first scene that actually, I didn't feel comfortable with anyone else portraying Yennefer because it's still acting, isn't it? I found watching that really hard. So if we were going to talk about the love scenes, then it would be how we were best going to film them so that I was comfortable, and you'd still get what we needed for the story to move on." So you see, Henry Cavill wasn't the only actor who made sacrifices for the success of the show. Thankfully, Chalotra and the production team reached a compromise. They opted to shoot the nude scenes with her being semi-nude. She was only required to be fully nude in a few pivotal scenes, for example, the body transformation ritual. With that, friends, we have come to the end of this video. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section down below. What do you think about the fun facts we shared? Are there any Witcher fun facts that we omitted? Tell us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Till next time, thanks for watching, and goodbye.